This is an exciting time for the Civic Association's 76th season with our sponsorship program growing. We're pleased to announce the newest sponsor, the Fortin Foundation of Florida. They're the sponsors of the newscast that we bring you week after week this season. We extend our gratitude to the Fortin Foundation of Florida. And now, our newscast. I'm Tim Malloy with the Palm Beach Civic Association, and we begin with weather, the kind of weather that part-time residents and vacationers absolutely embrace, the kind of weather that people who live here year-round are left scratching their heads and saying, what the heck happened to winter? We are in the very early stages of what could be the warmest winter ever recorded. The cold fronts that generally sweep across the East Coast are not dipping south, and a Bermuda high is creating summer-like humidity. Daytime highs this week should run 10 degrees above normal. Nighttime highs a whopping 13 degrees above the norm. There's no indication at all the heat will subside in a substantial way anytime soon. And now the update the town council just received on the town's longtime conundrum with feral cats. A long time ago, nobody knows exactly when, somebody dumped some cats on the island to fend for themselves. They did so, and then some. Rising to a call to feed a huge, starving cat population and address the lack of spay and neutering is a group called Palm Beach Island Cats, which did the briefing. President of the nonprofit David Levitt saying volunteers are up at 3 a.m. They stock cat feeding stations. Wild cats are nocturnal. They feed at dawn and after dark. The organization stocks the stations early. They double back to clean up, and the job is done before most residents are even up. The organization reports the cat population is now down to 480. They delivered 5,700 pounds of cat food last year. They've been at work here on our beaches since 2013. Most of these people don't even live in Palm Beach, but they've done a great service to our town. Diane Bueller, who leads the cleanup charge for Friends of Palm Beach, reported to town council that she and her cleanup warriors scooped up 33,000 pounds of trash from our beaches in 2019. 33,000 pounds. 80% of that trash, some form of plastic, toxic to the ocean's food chain. Our beaches, so close to the Gulf Stream, receive an inordinate amount of north-flowing discarded trash from the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Goodbye, New York. Hello, guess where? An exhaustive 7-year study now reveals that New Yorkers, Californians, and people from Illinois are leaving high-tax states and are coming right here to Florida. The state-to-state migration study, based from tax returns by the Empire Center for Public Policy, that's an Albany-based conservative think tank, reveals the flight patterns of Americans to either warmer climates with lower taxes or states like New Jersey, which are now attracting urban dwellers. Florida is far and away the bailout destination for taxpayers and their dependents who are picking up roots. Detailing the movements of about 800,000 Newark transplants breaks down this way. Here's where they moved. 205,000 people moved to Florida. New Jersey, 150,000. North Carolina, 77,000. Break down Pennsylvania, California, and Texas, about the same number, about from 68 to 60,000 people leaving those states and coming to Florida. Connecticut, 53,000. Georgia, 43,000. South Carolina, 34,000. And Virginia, 29,000. Many to warmer states, most of them to Florida. More than 3.2 million people have left California, New York, and Illinois for Florida in the last 7 years. The complex and often misunderstood world of global immigration was addressed with great expertise by two of the world's leading experts on the subject at a Civic Association luncheon. It was sponsored by the Stanley M. Rumbaugh Jr. Legacy Society. Gwen Robison and Austin Fragman explaining the challenges companies face in recruiting foreign employees, the obstacles and the remedies.
The difficulty with individuals who are here without status is that there's a law that if you are here unlawfully for more than 6 months and you leave the country, that you're barred from coming back for a period of 3 years. And if you are here for a period of more than a year and you leave the country, you're barred from returning for a period of 10 years. So if you came and say you were here for 8 months without underlying status, your employer went through the process to secure resident status for you, went through a Department of Labor test, and had you have an immigrant visa available, you can't convert because you've been here unlawfully. And if you leave, you're barred from returning for 3 or 10 years. So it's a really, it's a real dilemma because there's really no solution with very limited exceptions.
No, short term, very unlikely. But the rest of the world, right, is really taking advantage of this. The number of foreign student applications is down by about 10% in the U.S.,
Good question, yeah.
which is tremendous negative impact on U.S. universities. And secondly, what's happened is, and particularly in the STEM fields, because of the high marketability of people who want to study in those fields, and their desire to remain in whatever country it is that they are educated, what's happening is they're going to other countries. And Canada has been very aggressive about this. Canada even runs ads that basically say if you turn down for an H-1B visa, or should say if you've filed in the lottery and you're turned down, come to Canada. We're delighted to have you. So it's in terms of the, we'll call it competition for talent, global competition for talent. This has to be like the worst policy anyone ever adopted.
If you'd like to see the entire program from beginning to end, it's available on palmbeachcivic.org. A varied life with some white-knuckle moments and some major impactful accomplishments. That summarizes the life and times of Michael Ainsley, Civic Association Executive Committee member and treasurer. And it pretty much summarizes his new book, which is a really interesting read. Interesting life. What was your motivation for writing this book?
Well, there were really two motivations. One is that I have a lot of young people. I have 8 grandkids, I have 5 children, and I have about 8,000 Posse scholars that I've helped bring along over the years. I wanted them to realize that life doesn't always happen on a linear path. There are a lot of bumps along the way. And that's why it's a nose for trouble, because I discovered every decade I've gotten in some pretty serious trouble, be it a near bankruptcy in Puerto Rico with a real estate project, almost crashing in Vietnam in a small plane, other experiences. So I wanted to explain that life is not all about easy. Second thing is, there's a story about Lehman Brothers that's never been fully told. And I wanted to tell that because frankly, it shouldn't have ever happened. It could have been avoided. And I tell some of the ways I think it could have been avoided.
It's a very honest book, it seems, and full of adventure, a few mishaps. Yeah. But the 4 birdies at Augusta struck me as a golfer.
Look, when you write your own book, you get to tell the stories you want to tell. And I loved that 2-day experience at Augusta. 4 natural birdies on the 4 par 5s in the 2-day round of golf with my old friend Ron Daniel. That was pretty special.
And a lot of other really interesting things in the book. Okay, well, we're looking forward to the talk and the book.
Thank you, I am too. Thank you.
On January 27th, Michael Ainsley will deliver a talk about his book at Club Colette. If you're interested in tickets, contact us at palmbeachcivic.org. They'll be right up there. Palm Beach Civic Association's Eyes in the Sky are about to provide you with a 24/7 view live of your town from 200 feet above the Intracoastal. Our 2 live cameras, one pointed west toward the Intracoastal, the other toward the ocean, will be up and running next week. They will feed live views from the 2 cameras, and you can watch them on our website at palmbeachcivic.org. You can also watch live on your phone by downloading our mobile website. Go to palmbeachcivic.org. I'm Tim Malloy with the Palm Beach Civic Association, where membership matters. If you are a member, we hope you'll renew. If you aren't a member, we sure hope you'll join us. We'll see you next week.